Yeah, let's move on. Global diamond jewellery giant De Beers has launched its first flagship store for its most popular brand, Forevermark, in New Delhi. The company is planning to open 100 outlets across the country. The debut comes in the middle of the festive season as the brand bets on rising demand for natural diamonds, even as prices of lab-grown diamonds tumble worldwide. Shivani Bazaz spoke to Shweta Harit and Sandrine Kunsela on the company's plans in India.
So I think the growth is coming from tier 1 and tier 2, and it's coming from e-com all the way. So we'll have a different price point because people still want to, after a particular point, they want to see and touch the product. It's just e-commerce gets me in there faster, but we will open our own stores. So our ratio is going to be 1:3. So 1 own store and 3 franchise stores. And I think that's the way we want to capture India versus having just 1 store in 1 mall. I think India has much more to offer than that.
Okay, we're speaking about India and the festive season has just begun. Is this launch, just placed in this time? And how do you see the growth in revenues and sales in the festive season?
So I think the sentiment is pretty high. I mean, I've been going to the Southex store every day. I can see people walking past. We actually had people walking in already. So I think festive is going to be good for everyone. And there was a reason why we opened now, because we believe people are in that mindset. So it's a good time to start.
But from last year to this year, there are a lot of reforms that have happened. Income tax cut happened earlier this year. GST reforms happened. So, of course, I mean, in a simpler way, more money in the hands of the consumer. Do you see that this can probably push sales this year?
Absolutely. I think the GST reforms have come at the perfect time. They haven't impacted us because it stayed consistent, but I've seen it across the board. All consumer products. I think HUL has announced that they will take price down. So I think it's great for anyone who wants to spend in the season. So it's a great action.
Okay. So, Sandrine, last question to you would be that, as Shweta was saying, that the expectations are of course high, and 100 stores, as we mentioned, as we discussed earlier as well. My question to you is that from a global perspective, where does India stand in Forevermark's global strategy now? We have always associated luxury with New York, with bigger cities like this, but now coming to New Delhi, how do you see the next 5 years going on?
Yeah, there are 3 big markets for diamond in the world: US, India, China, in that order. Last year, India took over China, so India has definitely a place in the map from the number perspective, but as well from the history perspective. There is a space in this market between the big chain, whom we love, we know them very well, and the international brand. That space is today almost empty, and that's where Forevermark will fit. And that's why I think we have a great potential.
Well, thanks so much for tuning in to CNBC TV 18. Make sure you follow us and stay updated on all our social media platforms.